Hey guys, good morning. It's me, your instructor for STSC, Sheree Lopez. Thanks for getting up with me early. I think I've been up since about 6 o'clock this morning, and I am trying to record a video just to check in with you guys to make sure that your last 2.5 weeks of the semester are running smoothly. So I'm sending you good testing vibes for those of y'all that have final exams coming up, final projects and final essays. Do your best, fight the good fight. Make sure you get some rest, make sure you eat. That's important. And, take it one day at a time. Make sure that you pace yourself, so you don't have the ramen noodles incident that I had when I was a freshman in college myself. More about that later. The main thing that I wanted to cover today is, I know I got a couple of questions about Unit 7, so I wanted to make sure I addressed those, and I think I'll probably go ahead and go into Unit 8 while I have you, okay? So we got 2 more homework due dates. Unit 7 is going to be due on May 2nd, and then Unit 8, which is the final unit, is actually going to be due on the last day of class, which is on May 12th. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get rolling, okay? Okay, so as you guys already know by now, I'm in the lessons folder. This is Unit 7. The first assignment here is, it says assignment, submit your advising visit report. So this is the thing that I kept trying to tell you guys to work ahead on and book your appointments early. So in this report, you're not writing like a traditional essay, like essay or anything like that. What it is you're meeting with an academic advisor. So that could be myself, or you're meeting with one of the other academic advisors. I highly recommend, due to the nature of the questions, that you schedule a one-on-one appointment. And that could be done through advising by appointment in WebAdvisor. Actually, I can show you how to do that now that I'm thinking about it. For those of you that are not familiar with it. So you go into WebAdvisor, it'll open, log in just like you normally would. And it's your same login that you have for MyTCC Blackboard. And then you see there's a button right here. This says advising by appointment. And then you go to the appointment scheduling. Notice that we are not doing appointments on campus right now. All of the appointments are virtual. And then what you do is you go in to book an appointment. And then you can click on the schedule an appointment link, either here or this hyperlink right here. You select your campus. So I work for South Campus personally. That's my main campus rather. And then you go in there and see who you are looking for. That's not right. Why do I have availability at 9 a.m.? Oh, that's for tomorrow. Never mind. That's for tomorrow. I was about to say, it's like I work 10 to 7. Okay, so this is my schedule for today, where I have one appointment left at 11 a.m. This is my schedule for tomorrow, which is Friday. So that's me right here. So anywhere that you see a blue appointment time slot, that's what you can click on. And then you'll go in there and you'll book your appointment and confirm it. All right. So you're welcome to book with me or any other advisor. It doesn't matter which campus. The career and technical specialists are also available as well if you're doing technical programs such as aviation, heating, air conditioning, welding, automotive service technology. We have our allied healthcare advisors if you're going into nursing, physical therapy assistant, surgical technology, respiratory care, radiology, all those different programs. Just kind of choose who you would like to meet with. So as you can see right here, there's the technical programs. And I'll scroll up slowly so you can kind of get an idea of what we offer. See, there's a lot of options, right? If you're gonna book with me, you can either do it here or you can just email me and contact me directly and just say, hey, Ms. Cherie, I would like to book a one-on-one appointment with you in preparation for this assignment. But you saw for tomorrow, and I have that, I have like what, 6 appointments left. So I don't have that many. And remember, this is open to all TCC students. So the appointments go pretty fast. All right. So that's how you would do that. Make sure you save it and make sure you make a note of when your appointment is going to be, okay? And the reason we're doing this now is because priority registration actually starts on Monday, May 3rd. So registration for the fall. How that works is you should be receiving a notification via email that tells you what day you can register. And what they do is they look at the number of credits you've already completed, and what they do is they step it down from there. So the people that go on Monday are the people that are closest to graduating, which kind of sucks when you're brand new, but it's awesome when you're about to graduate. So the people that are about to graduate this summer or in the fall, they're at the front of the line. And then it's gonna step down. So those of y'all that are brand new, you'll probably be toward the end of the week, like either on Friday or on the weekend. And then what's gonna happen is on May 10th, that's when open registration starts. So that's when the new students are gonna start to come in, like the ones that are just applying to TCC. And then I would also say the dual credit and the early college high school students are going to show up in force because they're getting ready to graduate too. So I would say if you're clear to register for fall classes next week, go ahead and do it. You're already here, take advantage of your VIP status. I would not wait until June because you're going to have competition with the new students. We're already inundated with students from the area universities that are going to be with us over the summer. That's like almost all my appointments have been students from Texas A&M, Texas Tech, UTA, and UNT. Like almost every appointment back since March. So that's just so you guys know. That's why I kept saying, get on the calendar early and book it. If you've already met with an advisor and planned out your fall and your summer and your fall classes, then you do not need to book another appointment. Just fill in the information based on that previous visit. So our goal is to make sure that you guys have a plan. If you're not taking summer classes, again, plan for the fall, okay? And if you're planning to transfer, then I would say make sure that you check in with somebody and make sure that the classes that you're taking are going to be accepted by your receiving university, okay? So this is the academic advising report. And I hope all these dates I've been saying May and not March. I'm thinking about it. So yeah, May. Okay, so you'll put in the date, the time that you guys met. If you know the time, I know some of y'all have one-on-one appointments. Some of you guys did it through the chat system. If push comes to shove, you can do it through chat, but the chat tends to disconnect. I personally don't really like that thing because all my meetings end up disconnecting and I have to move them anyway. Put in the advisor's name. If you're planning to transfer, put that in there. If you're undecided, you can put undecided. If you're not transferring right away, that's okay. We just need to make sure whether you're transferring in 2 years or whether you're transferring 5 years from now, we need to plan accordingly so you don't have to loop back around and take extra classes. If you know where you're going, you can put in the location. I would even say if you have a short list of schools that you'd like to look into, like 2 or 3 of them, you can do that, because that's going to at least give us an idea. Have you worked with the Transfer Center on a TCC campus? So the Transfer and Scholarship Centers, we have one for each of our campus locations, and they are working virtually right now, so you're able to book an appointment with those transfer coordinators. They have lots of great scholarship information. They're actually more well-versed in it than I am. That's what their job is, and they regularly meet with the university recruiters and their admissions teams and their transfer teams. So they're very, very familiar with the processes that need to be done before you begin your transfer process. And then also, excuse me, and then also they'll be able to go over information with you as far as with some of the transfer scholarships, because for some programs, they only accept fall admission, or like August. So if you have a 3.5 or, an A average, as far as like your GPA or your grades, then in a lot of cases you're eligible for a transfer scholarship. But if you try to transfer over the summer or in the spring, then you might not be eligible for those funds, and that's money you don't have to pay back. You're leaving money on the table if you do that. So just so you know, those are the types of questions that you want to ask, because you've got the transfer scholarships to consider. You have Phi Theta Kappa, also known as PTK. So if you have a 3.5 GPA or higher, you might receive an invitation to join that organization. That is the Honor Society for the community colleges, and they offer scholarships as well. If you're doing really well too, you might consider joining the Cornerstone Honors Program. I know that there's scholarships for that. And then just talk to us about some of the area universities. I know there's one of them that we have a partnership with. Like, just right off the bat, if you graduate from TCC with that full associate's degree, so every single thing is filled in, all 60 credits, and you have at least a 2.0 GPA, then, that's just for submitting their application. It's like, you'll be awarded $10,000 a year. That's just for applying. That does not include actually submitting their scholarship application, applying for departmental scholarships, or filling out your FAFSA. So there is free money out there to pay for these university price tags. You just have to start early. And in my case, when I applied to UT, Texas A&M, and Baylor, I applied in November of 2002 to initially plan to start school in August of 2003. It was that early. So what that means is a lot of times what they'll have you do is, like, hypothetically, if you were trying to start school at a university in August of 2022, you would do your financial aid in October of this year, because that's going to open up on October 1st. Check right after that to see if your university's admissions application is open, and then you could submit a transcript with your classes that you finish up in December. The reason you're going to want to do that is because a lot of those deadlines are going to hit between January 15th and March 1st. So that's your admissions deadline, your financial aid priority deadline, and your scholarship deadlines. So for a lot of the area universities, that date is either January 15th or February 15th. It is quick. It's like we go on winter break, we come back from New Year's, you need to request your paperwork, and you need to send it off. It is like lightning fast. Which means over the holiday break, when we get to that in December, you need to be working on your admissions applications, and if they have any essays that they need you to write, not just to get into your program, but to get into your specific department or school and to apply for scholarships. You'll have homework. Have you declared a major? So that's going to be what is it that you're going to study. So that's your certificate program, that's your degree program. You could be doing a certificate and a degree, or a dual degree program. So whatever you think that you might be doing, that's what you're going to put. you'll talk to your advisor about creating a degree audit for your university of choice, and what you can do to continue your education. So for some people, they might not transfer, and that's fine, but there's other things that you can take advantage of. So I know I've got some entrepreneurs in the class. So maybe tell them, hey, I'm thinking about starting my own business. Do you have any recommendations? I sent out some stuff for the Small Business Development Center. That's going to help you develop your business plan, and learn about those small business grants that are available to help get you started. So there's still value in meeting with one of me or one of my counterparts, no matter what your goals are. Okay. And then when they're talking about the degree plan, I'll show you guys that afterward. Okay. So that's your report. And then you also have your it says assignment submit academic and career planning packet. So I included the Word document, and then I also included how it is going to be graded. So there's your PDF version of the documents right there. Here's your instructions, because like I said, I know I've been getting questions about what you're supposed to do. Here's how it's going to be graded. So this is why I said take some time to really plan out what you're going to do next. And then this is the Microsoft Word version that you can type on, right? So here we go. So this goes back to, when you took the learning styles assessment. So remember when you did VARC learning styles, here's what your learning style is. So this is where you're going to talk about whether you are kinesthetic learner, a visual learner, an auditory learner, or if you learn by reading and writing. When we talk about time traps, that has to do with procrastination. And yes, we all fall into that. So whether it is, I have to study for this test, but I'm going to go wash dishes and vacuum the house and do all this other stuff, or you're going to play around on social media, or you're going to go work out for like 3 hours, then that's what your stuff is. How do you successfully manage getting around the time trap? So now remember, with this, you're writing about your future. So here's what you studied. Here are the degrees that you've earned, so think ahead. So this could be your associate's degree, your bachelor's, your master's, if you earned a law degree, a special certification or designation, or even like a doctorate or PhD. Here's the schools I plan on attending. You'll want to look up some of the information for the school, so that way you know what's coming, okay? And that way you can plan ahead. Different types of organizations. So if you remember from the very first video I shared with you guys, I was an officer within the Student Events Center. So we planned the concerts, we planned guest speakers, we planned different cultural events for the entire university. And these were big events because at that time, UT Austin, when I was there from 03 to 07, we had 50,000 students and another 30,000 faculty and staff, just 80,000 people at the university alone. Plus, you've got the general public from the city of Austin and the surrounding area that, were invited to our events as well. I mean, so these were big events, and we got to plan all of those. Society, so maybe Phi Theta Kappa, Honor Society, service learning, that's going to be any type of volunteer work you may be doing or that you've done in the past. Could be formal volunteer work with a specific organization, or it could be, helping out at church. It could be something that you're doing for a neighbor right now. I know I've got a couple of elderly family members and neighbors that, my husband and I, we go check on them. So it's not a formal volunteer thing, but we make sure that they're, that they have what they need, especially since they can't really get out and about right now. So you know, I'll try to like order stuff for them and everything and send it to them if they're having trouble, you know, ordering things. If you decide to pledge and, you know, get in a fraternity or a sorority, a lot of my friends did it. I did not, because I'm kind of power hungry. To be honest, I was kind of one of those ones that I was kind of like, you know, if I can't run it, then I don't want to do it. And then I didn't want to deal with like the older students kind of saying, you know, like when they initiate you in, here, clean my room. And I mean, I know how I am. I would probably be like, you have arms, you clean it yourself. So that probably wouldn't go well, just because I know me. Like, yeah, I have big time Napoleon complex. I'm like 4'11". Like, at that time when I was at UT, I don't even think I weighed 100 pounds. I was little, but in my head, I was this like huge, like German Shepherd or something. Intramural athletics. So I know I have people that are into sports. And then internships. Oh yes, that is important. Internships, especially if you are going into an industry where you do not have work experience in there. Some are paid, some are not. And also consider if you're offered an internship outside of Dallas-Fort Worth, would you take it? Because I had some friends that, you know, were offered opportunities to intern, you know, outside of the state, which initially, like, I think the reaction was like, no, I'm not gonna go. And then they found out they were paid. So like one of my friends got one and he was paid $3,000 a month to go to Chicago. And they paid for his apartment in downtown Chicago as well. So it's like, you know, you might want to take that. And he got that at the age of 19. It can also secure the way for you to get your job, because it's kind of like your audition for it. So that same friend, his roommate, and then our other friend, all three of them had their jobs already secured a good 6 months before they graduated. They just had to like make sure that they passed their courses. That was it. One thing that I see on here that's not mentioned is study abroad. So that is if you're offered the opportunity when it's safe to study outside of the United States, will you do it? So with my university, that was something that was very, very big, where, you know, we had scholarship funds and everything like that to fund if you wanted to go study out of the country. So the person who had the internship in Chicago studied in Spain for the summer, 1 year, and then he studied in Milan, Italy for 6 months. So a summer and a full semester. Our other friend, same thing, he went to Spain with him. And then he went to Hong Kong and studied at the University of Hong Kong. Then, let me think, who else? One of my other friends, she went to the Czech Republic and studied in Prague. I had another friend that I was gonna have lunch with. I remember when we came home from like that first holiday break my freshman year, and I was like, hey, I'm back in Dallas. You wanna go to lunch with me? I can drive up to Plano. And he was like, oh, I'm in Sydney. And I'm like, Australia? He's like, yep. So that is the one thing with some of the bigger schools is they have these partnerships with the some of the larger universities around the world. And the cool thing about that I didn't know at the time was that the tuition was the same price. So when my friend went to University of Hong Kong, I thought he had shelled out all this money, and he was like, oh no, they have a contract with our university. It was the same price. I just had to get there. And I'm like, are you serious? And he's like, yeah. He's like, you could have been gone. But you know, you don't know what you don't know. Okay, so like early in your career, this is what you would look at. Entry level, so like what does that entry level position pay? So you can look that up on, you know, Indeed.com, ZipRecruiter, LinkedIn, all those different types of things, so you can kind of see what that is. Even career coach, there's career coach links all over the TCC website, and that will show you the information. You can go to the Bureau of Labor and Statistics. I mentioned career coach in particular because that is specific to Dallas-Fort Worth. So if you are planning to stay here in this area, look at that one because it's going to give you the average, not the average, the median salaries for the position that you would like, or at least the career field that you're going into for this area. It defaults to downtown Fort Worth, and you can expand out to up to a 100-mile radius. So that's going to go all the way down to Waco. It'll go pretty much out to Abilene, and it'll go into Oklahoma. And then some of those job duties that you'd be expected to do. And then you've got your acceptance speech. So I referenced this when we were talking about what you have coming up. So this is like your draft to help you write it up. So this is where you're going to pretend that you're coming back and you are like the keynote speaker either at TCC or at your university, and you're talking about your experiences. So you can do this, like a Grammy style speech where you get up there, you say what you need to say, and then you try to finish before they start putting the music on and they play you off the stage. Or you can do this full-on, university commencement, lifetime achievement speech where, you've got a couple of minutes. So make sure that you send me the written version, but you can have some fun with this where you can actually record it as well. And I've read some really good ones where it's like, man, you should have recorded that. I could feel like your passion through that, like in writing. I mean, it would have been so much more powerful if you had actually recorded it. So if you plan to record it and you need help, let me know and I'll kind of walk you through what you can do. Like you can record it and convert your files to YouTube and just send them out, kind of like how I've been doing our videos. And then we can see what you guys have to offer. And then all the way down, think about your support system. So who's your mentor, or who you would like to be your mentor? Like maybe you hadn't approached them yet. So it could be a professor, it could be an advisor, a counselor. It could be somebody at work, like your supervisor or something like that. A more experienced coworker, a family member, anything like that. And then your support system, so that could be your family, that could be your significant other, your children, anything like that. Your friends, in my case, my friends, like we were all kind of going through a lot when we were in school. And I think the reason that we all made it across the stage is because we held each other accountable. We were like, we all started together, we are finishing this together. You guys are not, because if you walk out the door, the odds of you coming back are not, in that case, we're not very good. So we did everything we could to make sure, hey, everybody, we started this journey together. We're all going to graduation together. And then don't forget to put the links for your university website or websites if you're picking 2 or 3. Use a job website down there so you can put a link for career coach, like the ONET website, Bureau of Labor and Statistics, Indeed, LinkedIn, ZipRecruiter, Snag-a-Jobs, all those can go down there. And then any other information that you'd like to share. And this is going to be like your outline for your PowerPoint project that you're going to be doing. So this is why I say take your time to do this one. Okay. And then your last assignment in Unit 7 is your reflection. And then you turn it in right here. So you'll reflect on the information you gathered for your academic advising report. What information surprised you the most? What excites you about planning for your life after TCC? And what are you worried about with life after TCC? And anything else that you would like to share, then you can put that in there as well, okay? And that's what's due this week, okay? I think what I'll do, since, we've been kind of recording a while, I'll go ahead and I will do a separate video for the for Unit 8, which will be due again on the 12th. So you'll have a little bit of extra time to do that one. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. Oh yeah, so as always, email me if you have questions. Feel free to try to, contact me today to book an appointment for tomorrow. Again, I've only got 6 spots left, and that's as of when we just looked. That could have changed by now. I'll be working on chat. Am I working on chat today? I think I'm working on chat this afternoon from 3 to 7. So if you jump on the website to work with somebody, I'm normally one of the evening people for South Campus, so you might get me anyway. And then I work on it tomorrow from 1 to 5. So if you can't get an appointment with me, I will be on the TCC chat when you go on the website. All right. So I think that is probably all for now. All right, guys. So I think that probably covers everything that we need to talk about. As always, if you have questions, email me. If you have Microsoft Teams, you can message me on Teams. It's synced with my phone and it's on my personal computer and my work computer. If you need clarification about some of the other assignments, let me know. I'm more than happy to help you. Good luck with finals. Again, rest, eat, take breaks. So if you need to go exercise, if you need to go stretch, you need to go play with your kids for a little bit, do that. And just take some time to really pace yourself as you get ready to finish this stuff out, okay? All right, well, I'll talk to you soon. Take care. Bye.